Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with Newcastle United, and today we are kicking off away from home against Everton in the league. A lot of our players are nice and fit for this match, but there is one big piece of news to tell you about, and it's that Kovacic is unhappy. That is quite a big blow. He is probably our best player actually in the team when it comes to genuine quality. He is right up there. The annoying thing is he's only valued at £20 million, which is an absolute outrage. He's clearly worth a lot more than that. And Manchester City came in for a bid for him, which I rejected because they only offered £20 million. And yeah, he decided he wanted to leave. He wanted a pay rise. He wants more money than the club budget allows me to. I'd give him whatever he wants because we've got plenty of money in the budget, but the board have set restrictions on how much I can pay one player. So it looks like we're in a difficult situation with him being unhappy. If a good bid does come in for him, I will let him go. I absolutely hate having unhappy players in the team because it does affect everybody else's morale, especially if you end up with a mutiny on your hands. I think with Kovacic, we can probably kill any mutiny quite easily because the other players won't want him to leave. But something we need to keep our eye on. And by the end of this transfer window, which isn't too far away, we might actually have let him go. For today's episode, we are getting back to form in the last few games. Big defeat to Arsenal, but otherwise we're getting back there. Tough match away at Everton, and then another tough match at home. But then we have a nice long run of games that are very winnable. We might even get through, or should rather, get through to the EFL Cup Final at Wembley. So a few things to look forward to, but it's all about making sure we hit the ground running at the start of this episode. Vazquez loses the ball to Congolo. Now Jesse has found Immobile in behind the defence again. That's twice in 2 minutes he's done that. Origi over the top for Vazquez. He sends the ball in, and there's Kovacic of all people. He's scored to give us a lead. Vilhena inside to Chambers. There's Kovacic onto Origi, whose effort has somehow gone in. That was terrible goalkeeping, but Origi scores. We're 2-0 up, and surely we'll be okay from here. Kabai's cut out the ball, and there's Ross Barkley. Now Andre Gomez, but Cabaye does find Jesse. That was a brilliant cut inside from him, and it's good finish as well. Wijnaldum to Origi, now Vazquez. We could do with that third goal just to make sure Kane gets it away, but there's Mamana. And now it's Suarez. We're in danger here because Gerrard is through on goal. He could equalise it. He's put it wide. Jesse hitting the ball down the field, but Mamana's there, and it looks like we are going to have quite a close escape unless Todd Kane can do something. But the whistle is about to go. We have managed to get a very good away win against Everton. Don't think anybody really expected that in the media. But it does take us up to third in the table. We're looking a little bit more secure. It's just so tight in and around this third, fourth, fifth place area. We have a lot of work to do, but we are catching up on Spurs and City. They're still a long way ahead of us. Huge match at home against Manchester City in the league. Last time we played them, we beat them 7-1 away from home. That was in the EFL Cup. They did rest a few players, but if we can get anywhere near the kind of levels we did in that match here today, we will get a very good result. If we do win, we'll drag them back into that Champions League sort of pack. They're a little bit ahead of us at the moment. We need to rein them back in. And due to the injury to Pulisic from the last match, Origi is coming in on the left flank with Batshuayi up top. Wijnaldum is into the centre alongside Kovacic. Witsel is finally fit enough to come into defensive midfield, so Chambers drops back into the right back position. Otherwise, the team is as it was for the last match. Wijnaldum all very tight in there. It's Vazquez back to Witsel, and Wijnaldum with a bit more room finds the ball over the top, and Origi's in, and he's put it over the bar somehow. Vazquez sends the ball to the back post. Wijnaldum's there. Can he pull it back in? He finds Kovacic, who's hit the woodwork. Free kick from Vazquez into Mangala. Witsel's there, and Witsel has scored. We've taken the lead against Man City. Origi again. Sends the ball out wide to Chambers. He's got options. It's come for Kovacic. There's Chambers. Can he get the ball in this time? He does. Origi's at the near post, and it's hit the woodwork for the third time in this game. Well, I've been somewhat nervous going into the end of this game. We've been so dominant that I was expecting City to get the goal, but it looks like we've just about managed to hang on to a very deserved victory. It's a huge win in terms of our chances of qualifying for the Champions League. If we just have a quick look at the table now, we are 4 points clear of Stoke, 5 points clear of Arsenal. We're only 3 behind Manchester City now, so we've definitely made up the ground after our little wobble earlier on, and we're on a good winning streak. Quite a few changes to the team following that brilliant victory over Manchester City. We've got Michael Keane and Lascelles coming into the centre of defence, with Gomez giving Babarama a rest. Lucas Silva is back after a 2-match suspension for picking up 10 yellow cards this season. Vilhena and Loftus-Cheek in the middle, and Batshuayi has been given the nod up top. We are currently on another good winning run. It's 3 games in a row, and the next run of games looks exceptional if we can keep this win going and the momentum going from a victory over Hull. Vilhena, he's just about got that ball, and Batshuayi picks him out again. He's still going on his own. The ball is just cleared out, but Lucas Silva doing his job well. Loftus-Cheek to Campbell. He's found Batshuayi. It's all very tight there. They need to get it through, and Batshuayi's got there. Oh, and his header's just wide. He got a lucky rebound, but couldn't find the net. Ducour sends it back to Lookman. He sends the ball out. Barini's got it. And Barini's managed to put it past Murray. That's a poor attempt at saving it. And we've somehow gone a goal down despite dominating this game. Well, that's another really annoying result to get. Immediately following an incredible victory against Manchester City, we've gone and lost to Hull at home. Hull, who are down in 15th in the table, means we slip down to 4th position. We're back in a precarious area, just 3 points clear of Bournemouth. Stoke can cut that down to just 2, or even 1 point actually. That's just so annoying. I don't know why this keeps happening. It is time for the second leg of the EFL Cup semi-final against Sheffield Wednesday. Quite a few players being switched around for this. So Julian Green's coming on the left flank, Batshuayi up top. Otherwise, I think that might be it. Wijnaldum coming into central midfield with Witsel in defensive midfield. Important to note that Bournemouth actually beat Liverpool at Anfield, which means Bournemouth are one of the finalists for this competition. So if we beat Sheffield Wednesday, we'll be playing Bournemouth in a cup final at Wembley with a chance of finally winning our first piece of silverware since the 60s at this club. So important that we put out a reasonably strong team to make sure there's no slip-ups and that we do make that Wembley final. Witsel's found Vasquez, there's Kovacic, onto Batshuayi, he's lost the ball. Jack Colback, our former player, taking it. It's been sent out to Mangala, but there's Wijnaldum to Kovacic, Batshuayi, Chambers. It's looking dangerous if he can whip the ball in. He does. Oh, I didn't quite make it to Kovacic, but there's Vasquez to Batshuayi. We've got the lead. That is surely our place in the final, all wrapped up. Kovacic put the tackle in, but the ball's still run for pain. And then Witsel has had an absolute shocker. Babarama to Kovacic, now Wijnaldum. Out to Julian Green. There's Batshuayi. Having a run, Batshuayi, still going, and he's managed to get the goal as well. Michy Batshuayi scores his 18th of the season. Green cutting inside from the left flank, still going. Alexander-Arnold gets the ball. There's Green heading it onto Batshuayi, and O'Grady's taking him out. He's already on a yellow. It looks like both sides are going down to 10 men. There is the red card. We're all even on the pitch now. There's the ball out wide to Babarama, if he can whip it in first time, which he does. It's come for Garbett. And it is a penalty. The game just freezing a little bit there, and we've got a penalty. Batshuayi to take. Slots it straight down the middle. We've got the goal. 3-0, 7-2 on aggregate. There is a full-time whistle, and we are going to Wembley. We're going to play Bournemouth in the EFL Cup Final. The squad not even reacting to that, but we are going to be in the final against Bournemouth. Our best opportunity to actually win a trophy. Absolutely brilliant that Bournemouth managed to beat Liverpool, because Liverpool would have been a much tougher opponent. But Bournemouth currently are in 5th in the table. They're doing as well as we are, surprisingly. All the big teams seeming to struggle at the moment this season. So Chelsea, Arsenal and Liverpool all dropping down the table. So it won't be an easy game, but it's definitely our best opportunity to win a trophy. Quite a lot of changes to the team for the FA Cup 4th round match. We are away from home against Rotherham. It actually wouldn't be a bad thing if we went out of the FA Cup at this stage, because we are playing so many matches. If we just have a look at the squad, you'll see that Alex Murray at the moment. Freddie Woodman's only played 2 matches. I don't think Ospina played more than a couple. But Murray has currently played 41 games already, and we're only in February, the 1st of February. So the team's getting a bit knackered. So quite a lot of changes. Hopefully we do get through. I wouldn't mind going at the FA Cup again if we get a nice run of matches, but going out also isn't the worst thing in the world. So Green is starting on the left flank, Origi up top, Loftus-Cheek coming into the centre of midfield, and we're playing our worst back four really. Mangala's quite good, but Gomez, Lascelles and Keane are definitely not our first choice players. Origi having a run at the defence. It's Michael Keane out in the right back position. He sends the ball in. Origi's got there, and Origi somehow finds an angle to get that ball in. Inside 2 minutes, he's got his 20th goal of the season. Ball in from McLeod. It's come from McFasdean. He sends it in, and Dummigan's got there, and he smashes it past Murray. And Rotherham are back on terms out of nowhere. Vilhana's free kick finds Mangala. There's Vasquez, puts the ball in, and it's gone under Ward. He's absolutely messed that up, and Rotherham's chance of a replay at St James's Park has probably just disappeared. Well, this result has been a lot closer than it maybe should have been when we've had 25 shots, but the goalkeeper for Rotherham made 11 saves, but unfortunately that little mistake really cost them. Lucas Silva just cleaning up, and there is the win. We're into the 5th round. We progress in yet another cup competition, and who knows, we could end up doing a treble this season. The final match of this episode is at home against West Brom, who are down in 18th in the league, so I'm hoping to avoid another slip up against the teams in the lower end of the table. We've had a week's rest finally, so the team is back to full fitness for the first time in absolutely ages. So it's a full strength team going out there today. I don't think there's any position that I would actually change. So we can see what a fully fit and full strength squad can do against West Brom. Corner from Vasquez. Ball's come towards Pulisic. It's cleared out, but Kovacic is there. Another chance for Vasquez to put the ball in. He's found Vilhena. The header in. Mamana to Vilhena again. Great finish into the top bins. We're 1-0 up. Chambers on the right flank puts the ball across. It's cleared out by Fontas. But Chambers has picked it up again, sends it in again, and there's a Ryu hits the woodwork. Well, it looks like we're going to have ground out another victory. West Brom never really threatened us, but it's disappointing we aren't getting as many goals as we were earlier in the season. I think that's just the fatigue in the team maybe taking its hold, but it's another good 3 points. Hard fought, but these are the kind of performances and results we need if we're going to win the title. Looking at the table, realistically we're never going to win the title, but we can definitely qualify for the Champions League. We're 5 points clear of Arsenal, but other teams can make up ground on us still. So if we just have a quick look at the competition's situation ahead of next episode. We are 3rd in the league now. United were beaten, which means that we've maintained a good position. If City lose as well, we're really in with a good chance of being up in those sort of top 2-3 positions. Stoke have made up the ground, so it's 4 points the gap between us and 5th place, which is kind of what we want. We just want to keep those teams down. Doesn't look like Chelsea and Liverpool are going to come back anytime soon. They've really been getting inconsistent performances. EFL Cup Final will be in not too long. It's on the 1st of March, so maybe even next episode. We also kick off in the Europa League knockout stages quite soon, and the FA Cup 6th round. We've been drawn with either Leeds or Palace. We'll see who comes through that. But next episode will be quite interesting. It's going to be Huddersfield, Feyenoord, Leeds, or Palace, then Feyenoord, and 2 games against Bournemouth in the league. Apparently 2 games at home against Bournemouth in the league. I think that might be a glitch. But if we get to play an extra game this season, I won't complain. I do think that's just a glitch. I think it's been moved for TV or something else. And that should fix itself. No, they've just got they've got the name of the competition wrong. That's what seems to have happened. That is the EFL Cup Final, and then that is the league match. I don't know why there's a glitch in the game. I'll report that on the forums. But that is it for this episode. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. As always, please do subscribe if you want to see regular daily uploads. And until next time, see ya!